If you're seeing this message, you're currently in a heavy transformational period, so nothing is really as it seems. It feels like every time you take one step forward, it almost feels like you go two steps back. Things have, like, you've really been feeling the resistance that whatever it is that you try to do, this Five of Lotus is like Five of Cups. It's like a really like despair energy, kind of with that Five of Cups. It's like you're focused on what isn't feeling good instead of like what's happening sort of behind the scenes behind you, if you think to the Five of Cups in the traditional tarot deck. And I saw something today that I found really interesting, and I'm gonna kind of butcher it because I can't say it as well as whatever this thing I saw was. And it was someone saying that your ability to obtain what it is that you want is directly related to your capacity to like withstand and live through everything that you don't want. So I thought that was really interesting because it sort of like ties into this overall theme, this overall energy that I've been getting recently. Where like it kind of feels like everything is going wrong, but what if that means that everything's going right? And it's hard to see that when you're in such like an air of illusion. But that's sort of what the challenge is right now. And that if you reframe it, what if instead you looked at as all this resistance you're feeling as proof that you are getting what you want and that you are making things happen for yourself. And then I got the image of a roller coaster. And that's sort of like what's happening to you right now with the one step forward, two steps back, is that you're making progress, and that the two steps back, it's like when you're on a roller coaster and you shoot forward, you feel all of the pressure and the force feeling like it's laying you flat back. And that's exactly what's happening to you right now. And sort of your challenge at this time is to see that all of this resistance and all of these what are seemingly obstacles are actually like proof positive of all the progress you're making, of everything that is coming together for you. That even though it feels like you're being pushed back, even though it feels like you have all this force coming against you, that's actually the force of your forward momentum. So that pushing feeling on you, like you're not actually going backwards. It's just you're moving. Every step you take forward shoots you that far ahead. So you're being called to reframe. I just got the image of the hangman in the traditional deck, tarot deck in my mind. You're being called to like reframe your perspective on this whole situation and to see or understand that all of this resistance that you're feeling is actually proof that what you're doing is working. Especially because this was in my reading a few days ago. Some of you consciously or subconsciously feel like you are between two worlds and you're in like a state of indecision with the like, am I even making the right choice? It feels like every step forward towards progress results with me being flattened, and that you're being called to see that it's like being on a roller coaster, that no, you're moving forward and it's at such a rapid pace that it feels like you're being pushed back, that actually everything that you're doing is proof that you are more than on the right track. And I keep getting called to like the past keeps coming up in interesting ways, and you're being called to reflect on who you were a year ago, 2 years ago, 3, 4, 10 years ago. And just so you can see how much you've grown. And you may even be experiencing some situations currently that remind you of past events. And this is so that you can see how you respond to these things now, how much you have grown and changed as an individual, that being presented these same challenges, they hurt the same, you know, that part hasn't changed, but your response to these situations has. Maybe things unraveled you a year ago that don't unravel you anymore, or things that would just lay you out, you know how to pick yourself up from. Like I don't even want to say it's coping, because it's not coping anymore. It's like you're handling situations. because I feel like coping is more of like a forced, like I have to get through this, and you've actually learned how to alchemize these situations, that understanding like sort of what you're being called to see now in this current situation, your ability to be a variable in what's happening. You always felt like things just act upon you, but that you're an active participant in what's happening, and that this energy that comes towards you, whether bad or good, you can shape to what it is that you want, so you can align yourself properly. And so all this is, suffice to say that this is what you're doing now, and any resistance you're feeling right now, you are being called to see it in a new light. Anything that is giving you a struggle in this current timeline that you're in, you are being called to reframe it so that you can see, how is this struggle actually serving me? What is it actually showing me about myself? Where this video, my videos are long anyway, but this could be a separate message, but a lot of you guys are so good at the self-awareness and taking responsibility, but you aren't good at patting yourself on the back. Like when something goes wrong, you will immediately say like, what was my role in this? Even if it was something outside of your control, you will take responsibility just for the fact that you were present for it. You know, what did I do, you know, to put myself here, like how did I influence this situation? How is me being present influential to this situation? And you're sort of being like, you have that solid, and now you're being asked to see yourself as that person. Like, you know that whatever happens, you will take responsibility and ownership, and now you have to honor that part of yourself, that yes, I will always do the work and I do always show up. So how is this going to work in my favor? That it's like, now you have to give yourself your flowers, if this is making any sense to you. If this resonates with you, let me know. If you would like your own personal reading with me, you can head to the link at the top of my page. It's in my Etsy shop.